Hello everyone and welcome back in a new episode of our Minecraft series. So, quite a little bit of time has gone by, well, a week to be precise, and stuff changed. I've been working off camera, and well, first of all, you can see here that I have finished adding in the couple of details that were missing from our old design. I've added in these beams. I know it looks like a little bit like the other greenhouses, and so I basically went against what I've stated in the last episode, or when I built when 2 episodes ago, when I said that I didn't want to go for a greenhouse style. In the end, I went for a greenhouse style, but yes, that's it. And for fixing the problem we had for the bottles, I went for the much easier design, basic design. And if it were to get stuck, well, we will have to basically remove this block and, the painful process of resetting it. But I believe that having 8 stacks, so 16 stacks of honey bottles and more will be more than enough. You can see here it's been producing quite nicely. Other than that, there aren't many changes here in the base. The most important change is not one visible to eye, because I finished collecting the enchanters. Now we have all the enchantments in Minecraft, at least those tradable. We have to add over here some a piglin trading hall. So that's that, and you can see here that it is pretty much unchanged from last time. Instead, what I worked on the most is down to the logging camp. So let's go down there and let's get in front of our other signboard. Okay, here we are. Well, you can already see it that I've added a new thing on our signboard, our log deposit, because I want to add in a shack, basically, where we can deposit all the logs that I harvest. Currently, I'm bringing them up to the main storage, but there might be, well, there is already some here stashed here that I don't plan on bringing home anytime soon. You can see already what I've worked on off camera. I've added some, well, these are some just foundations, nothing too fancy, but what I've been working on is rendering the area fit for hosting villagers. So basically making everything safe and preventing possibly mobs from dropping down, for example down here in the ravine. And I've added in this nice this nice foundation block. Over here you can see this outline. Here I'm planning on adding in a tower, and also one over there, and one over there, and another one beside that. I want to make a gate over onto that way, and I want to make a road that goes up to the castle this way. In fact, I've already laid down some crude paths around. This one is taking us over here and up to the other foundations. I've added a little pond over here, and here I brought up the path over here. You can see here there is another tower, and I plan here on making a gate, a nice big bulky gate for defending our castle and preventing obviously the villagers from crossing over. And here I want to take advantage of this floating island and make a bridge that goes over here onto the other side. So a bridge that passes over this this valley and up to the castle. Make a nice road so that we are well officially connected to this offshoot of our base. Well, obviously over this way it just takes us over there to the shore. I've just laid down the path, well, the main path for the road that is going to take over to the village. So over there I'm planning on building the docks, building the bridge. You can see also that I've been working tirelessly at hiding lighting, so everything is lit up, although it's a little bit, well, let's say, how can I put it, less obvious that there are lanterns all over the place, since we have just carpets. Thanks to our barn, which is now chugging out boatloads of wool. Other than that, I'm still not done with making the area safe for villagers, because they still can wander around here. I plan on adding some sort of either a wall, some fortifications, or maybe just adding a block of stone over here, a small ridge, preventing mobs from jumping up. For what concerns here the water, I won't be able to do much, but I don't plan to do much on it. I'll just make a nice access down to the shoreline. Even here I'll have to carve out some stairs and and I'm planning on adding another gate, much like the one we already have onto the hill over here. So basically I want to make a tower and a little bit of a wall, and then over here, as I've already said, I want to dig out a bridge so that it feels natural, although it isn't. And after that we can then finally start to bring in the villagers for the village. But before even bringing the villagers, we need houses, and as you can read probably from the title of today's episode, we are going to work on houses. In particular on two designs, let's say, two types of houses. The one for the stone part of the village, which as I've already said, I want them to be made of crude stone, nothing elaborate. And for the logging camp part, I'm planning on using wood, obviously, since it is a logging camp, and I'm planning also on following the design we used for the barn. So this very plains-like village style, maybe with a little bit of additions. I'll have to gather some inspiration from original villages, so I'll have to look at what Mojang did with the desert villager for the stone part, while I'll basically copy the plains one and add sprinkle a little bit of magic on it for what concerns designs. So let's get over to the testing world and let's devise some samples and review them, obviously, and then we can get back here and start building. Okay, so here we are in our testing world. I've been looking through the desert biome structures thanks to Minecraft and its structure blocks, which allows us to readily summon a structure from the templates that are stored within game. And so we have all the complete list of houses I like a lot, and I want to try and mimic a little bit this sort of layer interleaved look that the desert buildings have, with all these different staircases, these doors all onto the different levels, and all these different shapes you can see here too. So I find it extremely interesting and very inspiring, let's say. Although I think I won't be using all this this sort of battlements that they are mimicking, and it's much more likely I'll have some A-frame roofs rather than having completely flat ones, since the stony shore is still a rainy biome. Okay, so back to our template. You can see here that I've divided, well, I've designed 3 main areas for this, well, template. Right now it's just a template. Here are going to basically stay the stonemasons we have already leveled up. Then after the storefront we have, well, obviously the back of the store with all the storage. Here we have just some decorative barrels or chests or whatever. And upstairs we have the sleeping quarters. Then, well, obviously, since the villagers will be stuck in their place, at least the worker ones, they won't be going up and down and all around. I don't think so. I may consider freeing them because, well, stonemasons aren't that precious, let's say, of a villagers. But I'm much interested into them because we can get hands on terracotta and glazed terracotta. Aside from all the stone variants like polished diorite, granite, and then andesite, but also the stalactite block, the dripstone block. Sorry, and I believe that's it. I don't think they trade deep slate or tough. Definitely not calcite. But it's a little bit a nice addition to have to our, well, source, because by having access to the various colored terracotta, or at least to the base one, I'll have to look if it is possible to get the normal terracotta and not the dyed one, because normal terracotta we can dye it using, well, all the different colors of the rainbow. But well, colored terracotta we cannot re-dye it. This is especially convenient because the other means for getting our hands on colored terracotta is either by getting clay, which there is abundance of in the lush caves, but we'll have to break it first, then craft the blocks again, and then cook it, and we will get normal terracotta. Then we have to dye it, and if we want to get some glazed terracotta, we'll have to cook it again. Way too much work. Instead, by relying on our trusty old villagers, we can skip ahead and just gather emeralds and gather the terracotta we need. So I'll keep on working on this, well, this prototype, and I want to show you what I have in mind. And just after a little bit of tweaking, here we have, well, at least a much more refined design. We have our little hanging sign, first time I've ever used it, I believe. Stoneworks. Yes, this is, well, since we are going to have stonemasons here, it's just a fitting name. Here we have the storefront. We have 3 slots for 3 masons. I'm still yet not decided whether I'll leave them roaming or not. Tough to decide. Let me know down in the comments. And so behind this very simple curtain, we have, well, the back of the store with all chests, campfires, anvils, barrels, and up here we have the sleeping quarters, a sleeping area. You can see that I've tried to implement various different designs, but I kept the stone, well, the palette very stone related. Obviously in the finished design I'm planning on using a little bit more variety, by probably adding some cobblestone, some andesite, as we have done in our original little tower, but it gives a much more weathered look to the building itself, rather than just having simple stone, which isn't that all that bad, but can be, well, it's a little effort for a much bigger improvement. And maybe some walls up here. like that. Yes. And with just a couple of touches, you can see here that we now have a nice looking house. Imagine this on a stony shore surrounded by, well, stone for the most part, but I plan on adding some flower beds. I want to keep it this way. I want to keep it very stony, very dry, because I like the look of it. It's a nice change from our castle, so from our wooden, or well, not that wooden, but the castle has a lot of nice different features. It integrates also the biome of the taiga and of the garden in general. Instead, by purposely avoiding to get tangled up with greenery, we can also come up with something a little bit different from our usual building menu. And by trying new things, you can easily reinvent yourself and discover something new that you didn't think it would be possible. Okay, so I'll go ahead and go back to our world and try to build some houses. Welcome back! Okay, so I went a little bit ahead, well, a little bit more ahead than I had originally planned. You can see here I've added 2 houses. Well, this is the first one, the most complete, and as a matter of fact, it's actually acting as a temporary storage for the materials I'm using for the actual build. You can see here 2 beds are included and 2 workstations. In the end, I chose to leave the stonemasons free to roam rather than keeping them trapped. I might decide to trap 1 or 2, maybe some specific ones which I want to keep steady in position. You can see here I've added 2 more beds and workstations in this other house, so we just lack 1 last house for our stonemasons that we currently have to be accommodated. And additionally, I've added in this nice little, well, water trough. It is a fountain, but it is a design which is meant for allowing animals to drink of. But it also makes a nice addition. I was intending here to have some sort of square of some kind. Additionally, here beside our original Minecraft station, we have now the so-called ridge, this this hill, which seems natural enough, not completely natural, but the main purpose of this is not allowing villagers to jump up. So it's a kind of wall to prevent the mobs from going outside. Well, I can jump I can jump on it, but you require some parkour skills which villagers don't have. Well, we still have here this access. Here's where the gate is going to go, but by just adding an array of fence gates over here, on top of these stairs, we will have a completely mob-proof wall. Apart from here, but here I was planning on adding a little bit of a staircase and maybe some sort of riverside, let's say dock. Not, it wouldn't be properly dock, but just having a staircase in case the villagers were to jump down, they have a way to get back up. And after that, we are safe to go for bringing the actual stonemasons over here. I plan also on bringing a farmer, at least a farmer, and some other villagers. Maybe so. Maybe we'll make a shepherd's house for here in the barn. I've also started some little minor terraforming here and there, just making the terrain a little bit more easy on the eyes. Apart from here, because in this part of the stony shore, I want to place in the quarry I mentioned previously. So let's meet back up to the signboard and conclude our episode. Well, rather than meeting back up to a main signboard, since we will be working for these couple of episodes here in the logging camp, it's only useful that we meet in this signboard instead. So, in today's episode, we managed to get up to 4 out of 5 stonemasons' houses. Well, 4 out of 5, I mean 4 out of 5 stonemasons accommodated, not 4 out of 5 houses. So, in the next one, I will work tirelessly off camera for bringing up to date our village. I will build off camera the remaining house that is missing, and I may as well work on a farmer's house, some plot of land, a shepherd's accommodation, everything done off camera. Also because it's not that entertaining. I've already talked too much, delved way too deep into the design choices I make when discussing the template and also adding a couple of details to the template. So, yes, I'll just do everything off camera. I would like to, do some, let's say, live sessions, because obviously building is more tailored for live content rather than a video content. It takes way too much time. It takes up way too much time in a normal video. So, I've talked way too long. In the next episode, we will move in our villagers into our new village, and also we'll have to bring in some iron golems for protection. And we may as well work on the logging enclosures first of all, before even bringing in I may as well do it off camera, so that you will see just the product. It won't take up too much. I just plan on doing some easy work, let's say, nothing fancy. And yes, that's it. And then we'll just have to bring in the villagers, and the village will be started. Let's see, and I'm very curious to see if we will be able to maintain it, or if it will eventually die out. The sun is setting, and so are we, once more. I've talked way too much, truly, now. I thank you for following me until this moment. Leave a like if you enjoyed this episode and would like to see more like it. Subscribe to get notified timely of my new videos coming out. And eventually, look down in the description. There are all my links: Telegram, Discord, Facebook, also Instagram. But I do not post my videos on Instagram, or at least notifications on Instagram. And one last time, thank you very much, and I will wait for you, as always, in the next episode. Bye bye!